Hi friends, welcome back. My name is Maskani and for today we'll be looking at the lesson 30 from the book 504 Absolutely Essential Words. Well, let's move on. The first word is depict. Depict means represent by drawing or painting or describe. Examples. Number 1. The artist and the author both tried to depict the sunset's beauty. Number 2. Mr. Salinger depicted the juvenile character with great accuracy. Number 3. Al Pacino said he would depict a different kind of Shylock. Mortal. Mortal means sure to die sometime, or pertaining to man, or deadly, or pertaining to or causing death. Examples. Number 1. We must live with the knowledge that all living creatures are mortal. Number 2. His rash venture brought him to a mortal illness. Number 3. The two monarchs were mortal enemies. Novel. Novel means new, or strange, or a long story with characters and plot. Examples. Number 1. The architect created a novel design that pleased everyone. Number 2. The novel plan caused some unforeseen problems. Number 3. Robert was commended by his teacher for the excellent report on the American novel, The Grapes of Wrath. Occupant. Occupant means person in possession of a house, office, or position. Examples. Number 1. A feeble old woman was the only occupant of the shack. Number 2. The will disclosed that the occupant of the seat was penniless. Number 3. The occupant of the car beckoned us to follow him. Appoint. Appoint means decide on, or set a time or place, or choose for a position, or equip or furnish. Examples. Number 1. The library was appointed as the best place for the urgent meeting. Number 2. Though Mr. Thompson was appointed to a high position, he did not neglect his old friends. Number 3. The occupant of the well-appointed guest room considered himself quite fortunate. Quarter. Quarter means region, or section, or a place to live, or to provide a place to live. Examples. Number 1. The large family was unaccustomed to such small quarters. Number 2. Ellen moved to the French quarter of our city. Number 3. The city quartered the paupers in an old school. Site. Site means position or place. Examples. Number 1. The agent insisted that the house had one of the best sites in town. Number 2. We were informed by our guide that a monument would be built on the site of the historic battle. Number 3. For the site of the new school, the committee preferred an urban location. Quote. Quote means repeat exactly the words of another or a passage from a book, or that is something that is repeated exactly, or give the price of, or A quotation. Examples. Number 1. She often quotes her spouse to prove a point. Number 2. The stockbroker quoted gold at $1 off yesterday's closing price. Number 3. Biblical quotes offer a unique opportunity for study. Verse. Verse means a short division of a chapter in the Bible, or a single line or a group of lines of poetry. Number 1. The verse from the Bible that my father quoted most frequently was, "Love thy neighbor as thyself." Number 2. Several verses of a religious nature were contained in the document. Number 3. Though it is not always easy to comprehend, Shakespeare's verse has merit that is worth the toil. Morality. Morality means the right or wrong of an action, or virtue, or a set of rules or principles of conduct. Examples. Number 1. The editor spoke on the morality of bugging the quarters of the political opponent. Number 2. We rarely consider the morality of our daily actions, though that should occupy a high position in our thinking. Number 3. Kenny's unruly behavior has nothing to do with his lack of morality. Roam. Roam means wander, go about with no special plan or aim. Examples. Number 1. In the days of the Wild West, outlaws roamed the country. Number 2. A variety of animals once roamed our land. Number 3. The bachelor promised his girlfriend that he would roam no more. Attract. Attract means draw to oneself, or win the attention and liking of. Examples. Number 1. The magnet attracted the iron particles. Number 2. Adventure was the thrill that attracted the famous mountain climber to the jagged peak. Number 3. A glimpse into the brightly colored room attracted the children's attention. Words in use. Bible Zoo. One of the most popular tales of the Bible depicts the great flood that destroyed every mortal except Noah and his family and the animals on his ark. Should there be a repetition of that disaster, there is one place where all biblical animals are already gathered. The man to be commended for this novel collection is Professor Aaron Shlow, a zoologist at Hebrew University in Jerusalem, Israel. Professor Shlow appointed himself a committee of one to search out the 130 creatures mentioned in the Old Testament. Among the occupants of this zoo are crocodiles, camels, apes, peacocks, deer, foxes, and sheep, some of whom had to be imported from other lands. They are settled in a suitable quarters on a 25-acre site in Jerusalem. Visitors to the zoo not only get to view and feed the animals, but they are also treated to quotes from Bible verses that encourage the study of the good book and teach morality amidst the waddling of the ducks and the wailing of the wolves. Not surprisingly, the children have the final word at a special corner of the zoo, called the Garden of Eden, where animal cubs roam freely, attracting the attention of hundreds of youngsters who visit daily. Well, that's great. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon in the next session.